What's up, guys? Fourth week. How's everyone doing today?
Vibing.
Pretty good, yeah.
Just vibing.
Good.
Just vibing.
Yeah.
Good.
It's been a couple weeks since we joined together. A lot has happened. Little Valentine's. Anybody take their high now?
Yeah, I went to church.
All right.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
for
nice
real? How was
experience.
that?
Yeah, it was a really good experience. Can't beat $25, man. That was some Chick-fil-A and hearing.
They gave out Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
at this
yeah,
time.
and get to hear people's experiences and just their the pastor's guidance and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah. I was there with him. So it was. I haven't been in there. I haven't been there for like a few years, and it's gotten a lot better. Especially hearing like their current situation as a family, the ones that are with their kids that are much older, and the ones that are just like
Y'all sit together?
yeah.
Ah.
Pretty much.
¿Y cómo sentiste, Maje?
Man, well, yeah, I mean, we kind of sat
Go
together. He was
on.
right behind me. I tried to hold his hand. He didn't like it.
Damn.
Wait, is this
Whatever.
one of those couples things?
Yeah.
It was actually really eye-opening.
Yeah.
You just hear real life experiences from people and it's just like how they live their life and how they just an everyday thing. Like everybody struggles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I went to one last year. We didn't go this year, but I liked it because it wasn't just like the Bible. Like it was just a real...
it was like everybody's opinion on everything. So it was kind of cool. And they had a little bit of a questionnaire on at the end of it, and it was pretty cool how just people answering on different scenarios and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Like starting up families, mixed families,
yeah,
parents that are just, on their own now after their kids have grown up and left. So very eye-opening.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It was great.
We missed it.
The games were good too. Some guy was like humping the floor.
Whoa,
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen that thing where they put that tissue box with like the
Oh, yeah.
ping pong balls in there?
No.
Or the cotton balls, and you got to like shake your toot to get it out?
No,
If we
I've never
get
seen
5 followers or 10, we're gonna make Abado.
Make
No.
Alvaro do it.
yeah,
No.
I think we should. And we're gonna video it, man, and we're gonna post it, and
that. No.
you're gonna be fine, bro.
Be a man of your word.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not sign up for that.
No, we
signed
never
you
signed
up.
up for this either.
We're gonna sign you up for this.
No.
All right, make it 20 followers, please, guys. 20. Yeah.
But please follow. Please follow.
Yeah.
This is not my desperate voice. Just letting you guys know. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty good.
That's good.
What did you guys do?
We went to the movies. We watched Falcon.
Oh yeah,
Captain America?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
which
pretty
day
good
did you
too.
That was really good, huh?
Which day did you go? Like, was it opening night or when was it?
No, it was that Friday night,
It was Valentine.
Valentine's Day.
Okay.
He went earlier. I think he went to earlier showing.
Yeah.
No
we don't do.
wonder you didn't go to church.
No. We planned this a month. So Carla and I, we were like, "Hey, what do you want to do for Valentine's Day?" And I'm like, "Well, we decided to go to the movies." And then right when we bought the tickets, we went to church and they announced it that they're doing the 25. And I made the decision to be like, "Don't cancel it. Let's enjoy the movie." Like,
What do you guys think about that movie? I honestly, I'll probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe
Yeah.
a 6. It wasn't like that great.
Yeah, I think they didn't focus too much on his story. I felt like they were tying up the Hulk. And,
Yes.
The Eternals.
spoiler. Don't give no spoiler if people didn't.
I mean, it kind of gives it away already because the Red Hulk is in the
It's
promo.
on, yeah, it's
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, is it me? But I mean, didn't the Red Hulk look like the original on the first one?
No,
No.
not at all.
I thought it did, low key.
Maybe the CGI is what you're thinking about, but he didn't look like the original.
Because I mean, like obviously when he got closer, no, but with like far distance, I'm like, bro, he kind of looks like him.
Nah,
He didn't look like the old man at all with the cut. It's just it was different.
What was the guy's name? The Hispanic guy? I guess the new Falcon.
Yeah.
I actually,
Joaquin?
yes,
Yeah.
I actually did enjoy some of his scenes. They were pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
But man, other than that, it was a 6 out of 10 movie. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is great. But like you said, they were pretty much wrapping up, the Hulk, and then is it Eternals?
Eternals, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I think they're gonna come up with a second part to that. It's gonna.
That's what they said. I'm not sure where they're at on that,
Yeah.
but it's been a few years.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still on schedule.
Yeah, because they've gotten rid of a lot of.
Yeah, they have.
movies. Yeah, I think they got rid of Blade too.
Yeah, that thing's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's been in movie hell at this point.
Yeah,
You know, Blade would have been nice. What kind of character? Who would you actually want for Blade?
To
What
play Blade?
actor? Yeah, what actor?
Well, they had that one Moreno. What's his name? He was in. What was he in? I don't know if he was in House of Cards.
I don't think it was House of Cards. Wasn't it Green Note or something like that?
Let me see. I'll tell you here in a second. But I thought he was. I thought they casted that pretty well. Is it Marshala?
Yes,
Ali?
that's him.
This brother right here.
Yep, he was
yeah.
casted.
Yeah.
Dude, he actually looks like the old school Blade as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes pretty good with that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it kind of gives me like a Wesley Snipes,
Vibe.
vibe. Yeah. I think that would be pretty good. But I don't know. I would see him or maybe what's his name? Idris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that you just showed us? Wasn't he on Thor movie where he opens the?
That's
That's-
Idris, isn't
That's,
it?
Yeah, that's
I think that's
Idris.
Idris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
But either one of them could.
Yeah.
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 I think it would be pretty good if they actually came up with that.
What happened to the other guy? The one that was Creek.
Oh, Creed. Michael B. Jordan. Is that
But the other fool, the one that
Oh, Jonathan Mayers.
Jonathan Mayers.
Well, he had the whole legal issue. That the
Did he
domestic
not beat
violence-
it,
No,
or-
he lost that. Right? I'm pretty sure he lost it,
I think he did.
and then he got dumped by Marvel. But they're thinking about bringing it back.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors.
Yeah, I thought he's.
Yeah, what do
He's
you
an
guys think about that? Do you think some of these production companies and like these like Sony and like the whole Marvel as an organization, do you think they jump the gun too soon whenever people are going through scenarios like that? Like same thing happened to Johnny Depp and the cat.
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
whenever he did the
everybody
Caribbeans.
canceled him or like dipped. Besides Dior,
Yeah.
and he lost a lot of money. And then when that court, which bro, it was great watching because what's her name?
Amber Heard.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great case.
That was
Yeah.
a really great case. And bro,
But
Johnny
can
Depp
you
was
believe
innocent.
that? I mean, there's a lot of people that get
So
with allegations like, oh, they did this, they did that. I mean, of course, some of them, it is true, but you got other ones where it's like they didn't do it, and it's like they lose a lot of stuff.
Right.
A
Kevin
lot of
Spacey?
contract. Yeah, that one was crazy.
Well, was
'Cause
his guilty or
I
not?
think it was like almost like it was guilty, but to a certain extent. I mean,
Okay.
I think the guy was because it was like he was getting accused of like pretty much SA on a dude
Yeah.
or something like that, and I think it was like almost consensual. So I think the guy was like okay with it, and I don't know, but him being like the main character, main character in House of Cards was such a he's just a great actor. So it was like him being not part of the show. I mean, I thought it brought the show pretty much.
So-
Yeah, they
down.
buried that thing.
Yeah.
cool. So I have a question about that. So if a girl convict or like let's say like the Ryan Gossip, I don't know that couple that
Oh, you're talking about
talking about Blake Lively?
Blake
Yes,
Lively.
yes.
Yes.
So you know how like all the allegation was coming out that that she's wrong and
Yeah.
So, well, my next question is that if a girl makes, I like no matter what, right? If someone says, "Hey, this guy is sexual assault, like he touched me inappropriate," even though it's not true, do you think a woman should should commit a crime for
Like, be
making false.
convicted?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
for a false claim,
I think so. I think that happened with
but it doesn't really go follow
athlete,
through.
didn't
yes,
he?
yes.
Like,
The guy
high
that played, he was
college?
playing college, and he was actually going to be, he was like a promising star, and he actually got, which is crazy, because over here in the U.S. you get pretty much you're guilty until proven innocent, basically,
Yeah.
instead of the other way around. Proven, I feel like if you have the evidence, of course, right, you're gonna be pay for the crime, but
But that's never the case, though.
but no, that's not. And I feel like a lot of athletes get put in that situation, including Neymar, right?
Yeah.
Neymar, he got like some sexual assault case going on, and I think he beat it already because he actually was recording himself, and yeah, he was like recording himself, and then the girl pretty much lied, saying that he raped her or whatever.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Kinky shit paid off, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, that's insane. But yeah, I see what you're saying, though. I think people that lie on, especially with those kind of altering, this is like, it's a big deal, right?
You're fucking up someone's life.
Yeah, you're pretty much,
In future, yeah.
your future's
Oh,
being
100%.
altered like to the max. So I feel like you should be
Accountable for that shit.
yeah. You should be held responsible for it. And if the guy was gonna do 5-10 years, I think the girl accusing should have the repercussions of having like
Could
5
you guys
years.
survive prison?
No.
I don't know, man, because I don't think
I think I could.
I'll be holding someone's pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think I can just because my
could
temper.
Could you survive prison, Alberto?
Probably. Just smear shit all over myself. Get away from Hey,
That's disgusting.
if it keeps everyone away from my ass, I'll do
That's
it.
actually I've heard that people actually do
Bro,
that
but
shit.
there are sickos.
Yeah,
On my
that's true.
TikTok,
Yeah.
bro, this guy's like,
You're on some weird shit on TikTok, bro.
bro, he throws a knife in the other guy. He's like, I want your booty, but I want you to fight for it.
Jesus.
Hey, what are you going to do? You got to fight for it.
Yeah,
I think at that point, I stab myself.
I
Straight in
don't
the
know,
heart.
bro, but
Nah.
like I don't know. I don't think I would
Imagine
survive
he
prison.
Butt
or-
rape you, and then you still got to, like, you survive from
Nah, dude,
stabbing yourself.
I'd probably just fight for my life. When I die, I die. I'd rather just die than get fucked in the ass. I'm serious.
crazy.
No, I mean, I would. I mean,
and it's like I don't know if you guys seen like prison movies and prison shows, but it's kind of similar. So I have a cousin that he actually, he's done time. I've had people that they've done time, and they say it's it's pretty accurate to a certain point, but yeah, dude. I mean, you just got to make friends in there, right?
Yeah.
You got to like side if you're Hispanic, you're gonna be with the Hispanic people. If you're white, you got to be with the white people. But it's like, what if you're that type of person that you're so friendly that you just want to be with everyone and just become
Dude,
friends with everyone? I think
crazy.
that's where it becomes a problem,
yeah.
But yeah, it's
Wait,
yeah,
so you're
that's a
saying
crazy scenario.
you think you can survive prison?
No, I think I can't. I think my temper, and just being like
It'll get
the way
killed.
I am, either I'm getting more years because I'm killing someone,
Oh.
or something's gonna happen because I feel like I don't.
A lot of testosterone.
No, it's just like prison is like just bullies, a bunch of bullies in there,
Yeah.
And I do not like that. I do
Right.
not like bullies, and I feel like it would be one of those places where I'm like, all right, everybody's either gonna catch these hands, or I'm gonna catch hands, and I'm gonna end up dead.
That's
'Cause
crazy. He
that's
doesn't
how
like
it is.
bullies, but he likes to bully us.
No, I mean that's a different thing. That's called love, tough love.
No, that's interesting.
It's better than just putting shit all over yourself.
I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Alvaro over here, he's a. I guess
just
you're gonna
remind-
survive, right?
That remind me of the meme with that kid that has chocolate ice cream all over himself and just that would be you, huh?
Hey, if I got to do whatever I got to do to survive prison, I will do it. I don't give a shit.
Disgusting. You guys ever seen that video of 2 girls in 1 cup?
No,
In high
I don't
school?
want to.
Sick. That's sick.
Bro,
you
my
make me
cousin.
sick.
I do. My cousin's the one that showed me.
He says
this
that, but
shit.
he hasn't answered the question here.
What question?
Have you seen it?
I have.
I have. Too.
Yeah.
Not
and
a
it's
proud baby.
sick.
I
It is
watch
sick.
it every year.
That's
Just to
disgusting.
kind of remind me, like, not to forget about that moment. It's history, bro.
That's damn.
Hey, you know what? You think that was real? You
Yes.
think that was actually
Okay.
real?
So yeah, they still do videos like that.
That's disturbing.
It is.
That's like on a whole other level of
That's fucking.
kink, bro. That's
That's
nasty.
wild.
That is disgusting. Anything that has to do with fucking
Feces.
Shit
Yes.
coming out of your
That's
ass.
just. I
I'm out.
I think on a level that's just like that should just
I'm
be
gonna
you and the
research
shit.
it. Research purpose. Can you look it up and tell
for
us?
research
I'm
purpose,
not going to do it.
Hey, you for the audience, you gotta.
or link it in our podcast.
No, I am not going to link it in the podcast. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that.
Hey,
please
but
use a
you
VPN.
describe to the audience where you're about to watch.
No. No.
Bro, that shit was disgusting. I was 11 years old when they showed me that.
What the fuck were you doing?
My cousins.
That's crazy.
That's wild, dude.
At 11, I don't know, playing some fucking video games.
Yeah, I think so.
Are we 11?
Yeah, at 11, I think I was playing video games, bro.
I was too, but I had older cousins that they would stay.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because, like, growing up, we didn't really have that many video games, did we, Beto?
We just had the Nintendo.
Yeah, that was
Super
it.
Nintendo. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's all we had.
Yeah.
So we'd play Tetris or Super Mario Brothers. I don't think we got like a real system until you sold us your GameCube.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Shout out to GameCube.
GameCube
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that game? Or not game? I don't know if it was GameCube, but it had that squirrel fighting each other, and they used to like piss around. I forgot what that was called. Jeez,
On
we used-
GameCube?
No, it was. I can't remember. It was on GameCube or Nintendo 64.
A squirrel?
Yeah, it was like squirrels shooting. It's like military.
I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
have to. I can't remember what it's called. I
This
have.
guy got like some bootleg system when he was growing up.
He was trying to play Super Smash Bros. He was playing something else, bro.
Super Smash Squirrels or some shit.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that, but no, I think whenever we were growing up, I mean, especially when I came to Arkansas, I think we played the Super Smash Bros. And
Yeah.
what was the other one? I think we played another one.
Wasn't it 007?
Yeah, 007 game. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were nice. Those were cool games.
007, San Andreas. You guys play that?
Oh, I remember that.
Spider Man.
Grand Theft Auto
You guys
was
ever
San Andreas.
play Spider Man on PS?
Mm-mm. We had a PlayStation, but we never played anything like that. I try to avoid. I mean, I like them. Those like story mode games, but I just get bored after a while. I like more of the what's it called? The competitive shit. So like FIFA.
Oh, you like
Halo?
I couldn't get into Halo.
Really? Halo 2 was probably the best one. After that, there wasn't really much.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never even played
I
Halo.
actually really liked Halo whenever it came out for Xbox. That was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was one of the best games I played. It kind of went downhill after that. After they released
Yeah.
like the Halo 1 and 2, I think it was like, and it just kind of went to shit.
Downhill. In my opinion, it went downhill from there.
Yeah. What was the other one though? Did you guys ever play Battlefield?
Yeah, I think I played it once.
Dude, those maps are huge.
Yeah.
And I didn't like them.
Me neither.
I didn't like them. I think Call of Duty probably beat that out of
You're
the
playing it
water.
like on a whole GTA map or something.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But
Hey, you still got to pay for that shit too.
For Battlefield?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, now you do.
I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah,
but
back then you didn't.
they don't really come out as much as
No,
they
I
do
think
before.
what was it? Battlefield 4 was the last one, I think. But all those games are so cool. Like, I mean, I remember now, like recently we were doing the Killer Instinct. Remember that came out for Nintendo, and it was like a black cassette, and we used to play that, and that was fun. But I played the new one for the Xbox.
Yeah.
It was cool, but it was different. But it was definitely it brought back memories. Yeah.
I think we still have it, like the Nintendo, Super Nintendo at my mom's.
Does it still work?
I don't know. We still have it. I just haven't pulled it out.
Yeah.
Dude, those things are like gold mines now.
Hell
man.
yeah. And
That's
then
pretty cool.
My favorite, dude, was the duck hunting.
They're more vintage now.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play the duck hunting where you actually had the gun?
Oh
You had
yeah,
to shoot that shit?
yeah.
That was such bullshit sometimes because I know I hit it, but it wasn't registering. So I'd point it right at the fucking TV and I'm like,
yeah.
shoot,
Yeah.
shoot. But yeah. So yeah, let's jump into our topic today.
Yeah. So what was the topic?
But fucking, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Look at Alvaro. If you would have seen this, guys, he jumped real quick, buddy.
Man
I
has
did
a
not jump.
fast smile too. Damn.
Paranormal activities.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. Well, first off, I guess, do you guys believe in ghosts?
I'm gonna pray
spirits?
real quick so bad spirits don't.
Oh yeah, pray please. This house has been blessed, but go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You have as there's good, there's also evil. So yeah, definitely there's stuff out there. But thankfully, we got God on our side.
I
Oh
hope,
man.
Yeah. So
Why are you looking at me?
because you didn't say amen and you didn't say any feedback.
Have you guys experienced any some crazy stuff?
I have not, but I've heard several of the guys in the group have.
Yeah. Well, I experienced one. One that, I mean, I didn't really believe it growing up because, I mean, you think it's a bunch of nonsense, right? You remember my cousin Joe?
Yeah.
When they first moved in with us, man, they started telling us about some stuff that they used to see in their old house in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it was some weird stories.
That they would see a little girl in their house
Yeah.
and in their backyard. They'd be washing the dish and like right where the sink's at, they had a window and there was this little girl just playing out there. And they'd see her like every so often. And then even got to the point where my cousins, the younger ones like Junior, he was talking to him.
The motherfuckers just high-fiving them at this point.
I was like, y'all are on some weird stuff. Like there's some crazy stuff going on over there. And they're like, do you believe it? I'm like, no, I don't believe it. But like, they're like, it really happened. And I'm like, But yeah, I had my experience.
Well, question on
years
that.
ago. What?
Didn't our aunt also say that she saw the kid?
Yeah. See, I thought they were bullshitting us, but my tia also said she saw it. So I was
That's crazy.
like, all you guys are cursed here because I ain't trying to see no dead spirit.
That is wild, dude.
Wait, so you have never seen one?
Not like that. The thing I've seen,
It was much worse, probably.
much worse, dude. It wasn't an actual person; it was a figure.
That's crazy.
Was it the hotel?
Yeah. So for context here, I went to a baseball game.
This wouldn't happen if you went to Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, thank you.
No.
It's
It's gonna be
He got you there. I'm sorry.
every talking point of every podcast. We're gonna mention this thing.
Okay, hey, I'm just saying, throwing that out there.
It can happen to anyone, Peter. Anywhere, any place, anytime.
In
Now that
Colombia,
I
you would have found.
found what?
some good food.
And so
That is true.
that yeah.
A big old rock.
Yep. Yeah. So
But anyways, what you were saying?
so this trip, like one of our boys at Negro, y'all know him.
Oh, okay.
He had booked the hotel, and we're driving up, and St. Louis, if y'all haven't been, looks trashy. Sorry if you're from there, but
or at least the area you were in, right?
yeah. Well, I feel like 80-90% of the time, or of the whole city is bad. Like it look like again.
So
I'm
it's kind of
sorry.
ghetto, right?
It is ghetto.
I mean,
Like,
I've been there, but I think the only part that's kind of nice is like with the art.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
Yeah, that small ass piece is probably the nicest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I-
Other than that, I think it's like a normal city, and of course, it's like kind of
You
ghetto
drive and you pass along,
bro,
dude.
bro, I remember, just to kind of sidetrack, I went with Margarita just for like our anniversary one year, and she booked the Airbnb. It was a studio, and I was like, all right, nice, we're gonna have a little studio for us. I start driving in this neighborhood. It's like 3 minutes away, And
Right.
we're
Bullet holes and everything, huh?
houses that have like the
wood.
plywood on the window.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I was like, Margarita, are you sure you put the right address? She's like, yeah. And I'm just driving, bro. And like, there's people opening their door and like looking out and watching us drive by. And I'm like,
That's when you know you're in the wrong neighborhood.
yes,
Oh,
we
hell
parked the
no.
car. Obviously, they don't have it right in that area. They didn't have a parking or a driveway. So you had to park on the side of the street. And
Jeez.
there's people, I'm getting out and I'm like, tell Margarita, go figure out that keypad since you have the info. I'm going to get the stuff out of the car. If you can get in, get in. Like, don't worry about me. As I'm pulling stuff out, I see like 4 houses just opening their door and looking at us. And I was like, Margarita, do you have that open yet? And she's like, I'm getting there. She finally opens it. I'm like, get in, get in. And I was like, I do not feel comfortable here or safe. Because that's sketch when people start looking at you like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're in a bad neighborhood, though.
Yeah.
Or at least either that or your neighbor's just nosy. So
One of those two. But I felt more like the first one.
So, going back to your story about the figure,
Yeah.
this wasn't in the same neighborhood, was it?
I would say no, but again, it's
Okay.
same city.
same city. It all looks the same a little. Nothing changes. You could drive a mile, 2 miles out, 5 miles out. It looks the same.
Okay.
So our boy booked the hotel and we end up checking in like from the outside. You look at it and it's like, it looks like an abandoned building. And I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. Like I was expecting like a Holiday Inn or something like that. No, it was some one-off hotel. And so we check in, we get in, we go up to our room. And I'm like, okay, like long hallways, nothing bad. Like
Yeah.
looks old inside. So we went to the pool. We went to go swim, and the pool was on the top floor. And you're jumping in the pool, and you feel like the whole floor shaking. And I was like, I don't like this either because the thing, I feel like it's just gonna fall through. Anyways, we're done swimming. We go back down to our room, and we're like, you know what? A couple of us are gonna shower. We'll take turns. Obviously, one person showers. They get out.
Yeah.
The other person goes in, right? So as we're waiting, one of our other boys is like, "Hey, Bethel, you want to go get a drink with me? Just from the vending machine." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." And so we're walking, and again, these are long hallways.
Okay.
So we go away, like the opposite direction of the elevators. We find the vending machines in some scary corner, and my boy's like, "Hey, Beto, what would you do if something popped out, like randomly?" I'm like, "You mean here?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm running, dude. Like, I don't care who's with me. I don't care if it's my wife." Jokingly, right? I said it because I would care for the wife. And
Valid.
and I was like, "But I'm running." I'm like, "I'm telling you to run too. We're dipping." And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'd probably do the same." So we end up getting our drink. We get some of the other boys some drinks, and we're walking back. And I'm like, "All right, Diego, you have the key, right?" He's like, "Yeah." And then we get to the room. He's pulling out the key, and we look down towards like the area towards the elevators, and there's this. I kid you not, it was like 6 foot, 7 foot tall image.
That's a shadow man, bro.
Yes, it was a dark figure, like a shadow. I kid you not, it was just peeking out the corner. Like half of its torso was like out looking at us. And I was like, I was shocked. And then my boy's like, Beto, you see that, right? And I'm like, yes, open the damn door, dude. I'm like, I am not risking this. I said that image disappeared. Like it peeked back around the corner. And
That is scary. That's scary
yes,
shit.
we
bro.
opened that door. We ran in, and we're like, we're calling his brother. We're like, hey, are you here? And we're like, they come out. And we're like, you'll never believe what we just saw. And I feel like no one believes us, right? So, but I did, like, months later, I found a video on TikTok, and the exact same image that they recorded in this video in an abandoned building was the same thing we saw. And I sent it to him, and I was like, dude, look at this video. And he's like, Beto, that is exactly what we saw, and no one will ever believe us.
Way.
Oh,
That's
my God.
crazy.
It's some crazy stuff, dude. And
Oh, hell no.
I couldn't sleep.
What is it like the what is it called? Like the Shadow Man, right? Is that what it is?
There's that, and then there's I think I saw another video. Speaking of this, I mean, I just saw one this week of someone in the woods, and
Oh, okay.
you
I've
see
seen
that?
plenty of those. The Appalachian, whatever it's called, Appalachian Mountains or whatever, where they like see all these like figures.
yeah, and they're like behind this
Those
like
are
thin,
fucked.
thin like tree.
Yes, and it's dude. Have you seen those?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
man,
it's
those are
scary,
scary.
bro.
Mine sale puro de hijo de espíritu.
Yeah,
Todo
okay.
eso.
Yeah. Oh, okay, bud.
You were just talking about prison and butt fucking over there.
But see, those mountains are one of those where you don't fuck around. Like
No,
even the locals
I
will tell
heard.
you, do
Okay,
not
so
fuck.
what is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if they're close, that means they're far. If you hear them close, that means they're far. But if you hear them far, that means they're close.
Yeah,
See, I haven't heard that.
Yes.
I'll see if I can find it, but that shit's trippy, dude. Because this person said they're like called like no bodies, or I don't know.
Yes,
Like, it's-
that's what it. I think that's. I was like, you telling me that thing's alive, man?
Yes.
That's heck no, man. Like that's going through those kind of scenarios. I think a lot of people, obviously freak out, but if you don't go through that, I feel like you said, a lot of people don't believe you
yeah.
until it happens to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck that. I don't want that to happen to
Yeah,
me.
I was paranoid, dude. I couldn't sleep. Like I tried. I got lucky enough to sleep on the bed, not on the bed, but on the sofa, and I could not sleep. Somehow I ended up
Bro,
passing
can you
out.
just freaking imagine like you're sleeping and then you just wake up and that thing's like hovering over you?
yeah,
No,
that
dude.
that scares the living hell out of me, dude. And I think what made me like more at peace is that we had Brother George there.
Oh, he was praying.
He was praying. We didn't tell him.
He was still praying.
in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. He's up praying because I moved, and he's like, "Oh, Beto, I'm sorry for waking you." He goes, "I'm gonna be praying around here. I feel like God's telling me to pray." I'm like, "Oh, you go for it, George. you go
Hey,
for it."
shout
man.
out to George, bro. Shout out to George.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
that's crazy, man. No, those kind of things, man. I don't think I've experienced like, those crazy scenarios, but I do have a story.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a story, and I think I've told you guys before. So, and for those that don't know, like my brother, he's a flight attendant. He's a senior flight attendant, and
He's a pilot?
no, he's a senior flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, he was telling me that one of his friends was working an Asia flight. And he was actually going from the States to, I believe it was either China or Japan, right? And he was like, his friend was like, "Yeah, man, you have no idea what happened to me." So his friend starts telling him the story, and I'm like, it gave me chills when I heard it, man. So his friend, he was like prepping all the stuff, because they were gonna go through. With the flight attendants go with the little cart to serve you your drinks and all that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they start prepping, right? So he was prepping stuff, and then the seatbelt sign was on, and he had this little old lady, come up to him, kind of like she seemed kind of lost, right? And she kept asking him questions like, "Oh, do you know where I am?" And then he basically like tried to ask her, "Hey, basically, hey, where's your seat? You got to go
Yeah.
back to your seat and all this stuff, right?" And he's like, "Oh, where are you sitting? I can take you back." So he finds out where the lady's sitting, and he goes to the seat, and he basically tells the guy that was sitting in that seat. He goes, "Oh, sir, I believe your mother, or sorry, I believe this person's looking for you, basically." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, can you come with me because she's over there?" And then so basically the guy gets up, out of his seat and goes back with the flight attendant, and he's like, "Oh, she was right here. Like I swear she was here." And he's like, "Oh, wait, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, your mom was right here." He's like, "Sir, the reason I'm taking this flight from the United States to Asia, back to Asia, is because my mom is in the casket downstairs in cargo."
That's trippy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was like, dude, that is wild. Like my brother was telling me that his friend is like, he went completely pale, bro. Like to the point where he was like, what the fuck did I just see? Because obviously the she's dead.
Yeah.
And she's getting flown in. She's taking a flight back home in cargo. So she's not even, I mean, she's physically there, but not there.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck, dude? So, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean,
That's crazy.
When he told me that story, I was like, that's a pretty jacked up story. I mean, especially if you're the one like working
Yeah.
that shift or whatever, yeah, no, I would have been kind of like, oh shit, fuck that.
That would have traumatized me, bro.
Yeah, can you imagine how he felt though? Like, I would have been like, wait, what do you mean your mom's under us? Like, she's dead? Like,
I think that's where you gotta like pick up habits, like any Hispanic is like, I don't know if you guys seen, but like us Hispanics, we're kind of touchy, and we'll like touch someone's arm.
Oh yeah,
I think I would start picking that
but
up.
I feel like, and I know a lot of people may disagree on this, but what if like you do touch that person and it's an
And you
action
physically
and you
feel that?
physically feel it because your brain likes to play tricks on you, right?
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So, what if you do feel
Well,
something?
they say fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Okay.
And if we get to the third time, we're throwing hands at everybody.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
it's
yeah.
it's like, for example, like if I do touch that and it's like physically there, you're like, oh yeah, it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, it wasn't, because that thing or whatever you saw is not really alive,
Yeah.
Dude,
or
can-
even like maybe not even there.
Dude, can you imagine the amount of therapy you'd have to go through with that experience if you physically feel like you touched someone that
Dude.
wasn't even there?
That would be 100% crazy. Or, okay, I don't know if you've ever heard of, what was it called? Mimics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if that scenario happened to you, right? Like if you're like chilling and you're like, okay, Bethel's right here, right? Just chilling with me. I go outside, come back, and it's like a different, person, whatever. It's like a mimic,
That happens to me when I get high.
Okay.
No, okay, yeah, that,
No, okay.
you got problems there, bud. But
Nah,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
kidding.
Like,
Yes. I know what you're saying.
It's like those
thought I
kind
had
of scenarios. I
ADHD.
think I think your brain has to be a little strong for those things, or else you go crazy.
I think so. I like I said, man, that tripped me up that night. But I think if George wasn't praying, me personally, like if he wasn't praying, like I think that would have messed me up going into like that week.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah, because I've had shit that's happened to me where I almost got shot outside my house. Dude grabs a gun and like pulls it out, and that I can tell you, I will not
yeah.
go outside after 8 o'clock. I'm not going outside.
What was it, like a good year, 2
Yeah,
years?
I would not, bro. I'm not stepping outside. You need the trash thrown out. I'll throw it out in the morning. I'm not doing it. Like,
Wait,
you need
was this
something
in
the car?
Iowa?
No, this was
It
here.
was here.
Where?
My mom's house.
The fuck happened with your mom's house?
So
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, we'll sidetrack, I guess. But
Yeah.
So you guys know about my paranoia.
You have a lot of those.
Yeah. I'm very paranoid, but it
This
works
one's
out at the
valid,
end.
though. This one really is
Yeah,
valid.
this one was valid. So I used to work at the store,
Okay, I remember you telling
and
me this.
I think I didn't have my license at the time. I was 18, didn't have my license, and my dad's like, "Why don't you take the car?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'll just get a ride." That night I didn't get off till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I told my dad,
Oh,
"Hey,
good old deli days.
Yep. And I'm like, hey, I'm ready, if you want to pick me up." He's like, yeah. And so my sister lived with us at the time.
Yep.
And she had a little green Accord, Honda Accord. And so 2 houses down,
Yeah, 2 houses.
there was these sketchy people that moved in. Like, they look like gangbangers.
I think they were.
No, they were. They were selling drugs too. So that night we get home and we took the back street. And I remember, I remember there was a car down the street at the stop sign pointing towards our direction. And there was 2 people in it. Like, I remember seeing 2 shadows in the car. And so my dad parks the car, and then my dad had this habit of sleeping outside, like just chilling. Like if it was fresh, like the clima, 70, 60 degrees, he'd like to jump on the car and just sit on the hood and like
Yeah.
lay there for a bit.
It was either, rest his eyes for a little bit or look up at the stars, just relax.
Yeah. And so I'm like, Dad, are you not coming in? He's like, yeah, just give me a second. And I'm like, okay, my dad just wants to get some air. That same car turns on its lights and I hear them peel out and they stop in front of our house. And I'm like, Dad, we need to go inside. I'm like, it's hella odd that some car just peeled out and pulled up at like 2, 3 in the morning. And so the passenger hops out and he starts walking towards me. And I don't know if you remember my Uncle Danny.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
dude.
yeah. The big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy set, pretty tall, heavy set. And I was like, oh, it's my Uncle Danny. I'll just walk up, say hi. I start getting closer. And I'm like, this guy's a little too slim to be my Uncle Danny. And for the audience, I'm kind of blind. Like I can't see at night. Like I have a hard time seeing. And I'm nearsighted. So I'm kind of screwed there. And
You're
so
fucked.
I got closer and I was like, oh yeah, that's not my uncle. So I take I go back and I tell my dad, hey, we got to go inside. Like, I don't know who's here, but we got to go. And I turn back around to look at the guy and he's lifting up his shirt and I see a freaking gold-plated gun. It was silver and gold-plated.
Bro, that boy was about to pop you, bro.
He grabbed it, he gripped it, and he was pulling it out and he looked at me. He's like, oh, sorry, wrong house.
Oh,
I
hell
was
no,
like,
bro.
you did not just tell me wrong house. And my dad like popped up and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, we got to go inside. I'm not playing right now. And they got in their car and they drove down 2 houses to where that drug dealer lived. And they waited there. And I kept looking. I think I spent a good hour.
Did you hear gunshots after? Or?
No, they were just waiting.
You didn't call the cops?
I went to the cops like 2 days later.
Oh, you snitch.
Bro, hey man, I'm not risking my safety, bro. Especially if they're in my neighborhood. The crazy thing
seen
is,
you. They know where you live.
yeah. Here's where they messed
Snitches
up.
get stitches, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I almost got a whole bullet. The crazy
Probably a
part
whole
is,
clip. Probably a whole clip.
a whole clip. Yeah, crazy part is the confusion was that drug dealer owned the same type of Honda that my sister had, a green
Oh
Honda
my god,
Accord.
dude.
Yes,
That
only
would've
my
sucked.
sister's was a sedan, right? Or no, a 4-door, right? And his
Yeah,
was
sedan.
and his was a coupe.
Right. Oh, coupe. Yeah.
And there was a whole mix up there. And so I went to the cops and I told them, they're like, well, did you get the face? Like, did you get the plate? No.
That's the
you get
last
me?
thing you're fucking thinking of.
Yeah. And he's like, did you get a face? I'm like, I don't remember. I'm like, it happened so fast. He's like, well, at this time, we can't really do much. And I'm like, you can't even just patrol my neighborhood, man. Like, go like have someone look at it.
Dude,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah. So that's why I'm
So you
like,
stared at death, basically.
yeah, bro.
No, that's-
when they say life flashes before your eyes,
That shit's true, huh?
it is. Because I saw things that I was like, damn, like I don't remember that. So that the paranoia kicks in. So I'm happy it wasn't that whole paranormal activity thing that I saw. Didn't mess me up like that. I mean, obviously different situations, but
But still, that's a yeah.
So what happened to them?
they moved out like a couple months later.
Nothing happened. Like no crime.
Nothing.
Nobody got arrested.
No,
That's a
the cop pretty much told me to go kick rocks, bro.
yeah, usually that's what they tell you.
yeah.
So
They got bigger things to do
yeah, well,
than patrol your hood.
yeah, where I almost got shot.
So what about you, Pete or Alvaro? Have you guys experienced any crazy paranormal activity or some sort of like scary story? You know?
Personally, I have not. And I don't think I want to.
You think you're afraid of what you can see, or just afraid of how your reaction?
No. So my reaction would be I'm a dumbass and I'd probably interact with whatever is there. Like,
That's probably one of the worst
yeah.
things that you can do. But
yes, because even with a lot of paranormal things, people will tell you, if you see it, no, you didn't.
yeah,
My dumbass would be like, hey, what's this thing?
yeah.
So-
No, if you see it, just start praying.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's the last thing they want. Prayer.
I bet, man.
What about you, Pete?
I have, and I counter one, but I do not want to talk about the second time. But I have when I was younger. A long story short, my mom got a divorce with my dad. Well, he got arrested, and we moved in with my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up having cousins that were older than me. So I was, they were probably like a year to maybe 5 years older than me. So I had this cousin that used to sneak up, that used to sneak out and go to like high school parties. And keep in mind, I was in middle school, and stuff like that. And so one night, they used to live in a 2-story house or duplex. And so one night, I always had trouble sleeping, like I always do. I noticed that he wanted to leave, and he's like, "Hey, cuz, can you help me? I want to go to a house." I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I'm like, "How do you want me to help you?" He's like, he pretty much told me, "Hey, I'm going to jump out the window at a 2-story building." So, and then we saw, I will never forget this. It was like a ditch, kind of somewhat. And this is in Springdale, and I will never forget that the address is called 40th Street, and it's like the most ghettoest hood or ghetto's street, and probably in Springdale. But I remember they made it a freeway or like a highway now.
Okay.
But it was just this big, deep hill, and there was a little girl wearing white. Couldn't see her face, and just rocking in a chair. And my cousin looks at me, and I look at him. I was probably 12, 13 years old, and this is the first time I ever got high. But I wasn't high at that moment. And so we stared at it. I looked at him, he looked at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And that spirit was like, "Sup?"
Nah, dude. Like,
Dude,
I'm already freaking out.
Fuck.
And I was looking, and he goes, "Go downstairs and turn the light off." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Go downstairs and turn the light off and turn it back on." I was shaking. So I go downstairs, I go to the kitchen, I hear my uncle get up, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm going to get a snack." So he's like, "Okay, just be quiet." I was like, "Okay, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, Theo, I'll be quiet." I turned the light off, and I turned the wrong light, that I heard a yell. And it freaked me out, like gritos.
Like
Like a girl yelling, like murder yell. Like, you know how when
Like
they freak
bloody
out?
murder, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like mercy. And I turned it back on, and it freaked me out. And I'm like, I turn around to see my uncle or anybody was behind me, and I wanted to peek the window.
You should have, bro.
hell
You
no.
should.
So what I did, I went to the counter and got a knife and ran back upstairs. My cousin was gone. And I looked down, no one was there anymore. And my cousin's like, "Bro, I'm not going out anymore." He comes out in the room, he's like, I was like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I went under my sheet, dude. I fucking got scared." He didn't even go out that night.
Oh hell no,
That's
bro.
trippy.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
and I could not sleep at all. And I was sharing rooms
This
with,
motherfucker slept with the knife.
bro, I put it under my bed.
Oh heck
That's
no.
crazy.
I put it under my bed because I was freaking out. And me and my sister shared rooms at that time. We shared rooms. So my sister's, bro, I couldn't sleep. That always plays out in my head. But yeah, I do believe in it. And that week, towards the end of the week, my mom was like, "Hey, I'm going to go to church." And my mom's a Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
But, bro, I do believe it.
Oh yeah. Like I said, there's good and there's evil, bro.
And I used to get a lot of paranoid activities. Like I used to feel like people staring at me, and I'll be looking, and there's just like someone staring at me. far away. So I do get some. I haven't got it lately a lot, but yeah, I always back then I used to have like I used to just like what you said is like if you can hear them closely, they're far away, and if you can hear them far away, they're close. And I heard that, and I could hear them far away, and I could feel them close to me, and I used to get marks scratching me in the
Oh
back.
hell no, bro! Remind me not to go to this fool's house, man.
Hey, chill, dude.
Or next time we bunk with him anywhere.
Or yeah,
fuck.
you are not sleeping in my hotel room, bro.
Beto, we are fucked.
Nah,
Let alone our
like,
bed, bro.
Nah, yeah.
Hey, is that why you were trying to grab my pants last time when we were
Ooh.
bunking?
I was trying to cuddle you because I was scared.
It happens, bro. I try not to hug. Supposedly I'm a hugger, but I think I don't. think
We're bunking together.
yeah, I'm sleeping with my brother, bro.
Nah,
It's all three of you motherfuckers are gonna sleep
Four of
together.
us. Four of us.
Oh,
no. But all jokes aside, I do believe in Jesus Christ, and what I was told because my mom believes in a lot of brujeria.
Oh,
That's
damn.
another thing,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Do you guys
stuff.
believe in that?
Yes.
Dude.
Bro, what part of like if there's good, there's evil? That's evil, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so my mom believes in that, and when I used to go to Mexico, she used to get these witches to clean her spirits, and I would not understand that kind of thing. Is like, why? Well, I was like,
Yeah, why don't you ask God to clean your spirit, bro?
yeah. So it's just like their way, their culture,
Yeah.
the way they grew up because it's normal.
No,
for
and it's
them.
true. Like if you go to like Mexico, Central America, like dude,
El
Central
Salvador.
El Salvador.
Yeah.
You know where my parents are at.
There's a lot of brujeria.
In Sonsonate, right?
Mm-hmm.
They believe in all that stuff, like
Yeah, it's a
heavy. Like,
common-
there's
common
heavy
thing.
brujeria over there, but you know my parents are people of faith,
Yeah.
Amen.
and they even got a church right next to them, so it's like ain't nothing touching them,
Yeah.
except the Lord.
Yeah.
But-
Do you So I'm a late bloomer in like Christianity, right? But I was always told to believe that the devil is stronger than God, that the spirits or witchcraft was so powerful that God Himself had to touch you for you to get that judo off. Do you guys believe in that aspect and that kind of stuff?
I believe. Well, the way I believe it is, I don't think there's anything stronger than God. If you believe in God, right? For the audience that believes,
And I do believe
in
it
the Lord.
now.
But I think you have to kind of form some sort of respect also for other things, because you can't be disrespecting those entities, I guess you can say.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
and that's
because
very true, dude. Because
Yeah.
I seen some stuff that I'm like, look, God, please protect
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
protect my soul, because I have gotten offers like to sign my blood away for my soul for rich and fame, and
dude, it's very true.
yes,
And we're stuck here,
100%.
Peter, and you don't think about us.
It's funny because I mean, all when that was happening, all I vividly remember is Carla telling me about small details about the patches. Because at the time we were dating, and we were and she would tell me, because I used to, bro, I love watching paranoid movies,
Yeah,
And
I'm
she
not
would-
allowed to watch any
and Carla would tell me,
of that. Yeah,
yeah, Carla would tell me, she's like, you're opening up the gates.
yeah. That's what I get
bad
told.
spirit. She's like, don't watch that. And because I grew up like it's just entertaining.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not real, or it's not that it's not real. It's just entertaining purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she would tell me, and for some reason, I always told myself if that ever comes into my lap, I was gonna do it in a heartbeat. And I'm not shame. I'm not like doubting it, but for some reason, I didn't have the balls to do it that day. And it's crazy. It's like crazy that that in my mind now I look at it as like why
Yeah,
why
man,
was I
it's-
ignorant of doing that? Because that should never cross my mind.
I think it's like you got picked for a higher purpose, in life. So, I mean, that, you know, it's sometimes you get put in those kind of tests.
Yeah.
And obviously you chose a different path. So,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you just, it's a lot of, there's a lot of scary stuff out there, but as much as you look into these things, you also have to put respect into it. 'Cause, you know, at the end of the day, you know how your relationship with God is. So if I'm one of those, you know, people that believe if you're good with God, ain't nothing stopping you, you know?
Valid. 100%. I do believe in that.
Yeah. So, from a perspective of someone who doesn't go to church or is considered like a Christian, you know, in the same way that you guys believe in, like, I'll be honest, I believe in God and all that. I just don't believe in like the organized religions section. But
That's valid.
the way I see it is kind of like what you were mentioning, having respect for all this shit. Because if you mess with anything in the paranormal or spiritual world, you will get fucked, especially if you're disrespectful to it.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
They
like-
don't show no mercy.
no, like you guys have seen stories like every now and then on TikTok where people who are not part of a certain culture try to do like either voodoo, brujeria, or santeria or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Like those are closed practices. You do not fuck with it unless you're, you know, born into it or, you
Which
know,
a
you're
lot of
taught.
people are, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, right? But like, respect to you, I just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like you were saying, respect all that paranormal, spiritual shit. Don't even dare fuck with it because it will fuck with you.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, no, that's very true. I actually, I have a friend that's very, she's very spiritually connected to just like, I guess you can say the earth in a way. And like, you know, her chakras and all that stuff. And it's good, right? It's good to be connected in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But you got to always remember that, you know, ultimately it's God that, you know, it's going to guide you and,
Yeah.
and, you know, there's always a higher power, right?
Mhm.
So it's just, I mean, it's scary stuff. Like I've seen videos before too. It's like, you know, opening your, like your, you know, quotation, your third eye, that kind of stuff. And then like, that's some crazy stuff. But like I said, you just got to put respect into all these things, even if you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff I don't agree with, but yeah, like I was actually going to through TikTok and a little bit of a rabbit hole, kind of like people that practice yoga. You're letting like some sort of spiritual, you're letting something control you, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, in some sort of meditation form.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it depends how you take it, right? You can take yoga as a way of cleansing your body and just meditating, or which other people take it where they actually almost kind of believe in some sort of, you know, spirit. So it's like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you kind of learn, through, you know, even through TikTok or just like kind of researching it, it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely crazy. But yeah, I think it's a good spot to wrap it up, and then I think for next time we can talk about
Is your dog
dreams.
okay?
Yeah, the wife just walked in.
Ah.
He you know, they sense stuff like that.
Dang.
He thought she was an intruder. But yeah, next time we can. I think we'll have
Dreams. That sounds pretty
Dreams.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's a good way to
I
start.
dream a lot.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Wet dreams.
Next,
Wait.
next week's topic. So
You really want to get into that topic, don't you? The whole
no,
kink
I
and
just-
everything.
What? I didn't even say that.
You said wet dreams, so that,
Yeah.
you're like insinuating something.
well,
Well, I see you guys.
we'll touch the subject of wet
Yeah.
dreams if we need to.
Well, you guys, you know, please leave comments, follow, and you know, tell us if you guys have any feedback. We really much appreciate it.
Yeah, not only feedback, but if you guys have any sort of comment, sharing some of your experiences, please let us know.
Oh yeah, we can actually talk about it in a podcast. If
Yeah.
you guys could send us stories, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
All it takes hitting a button.
And share.
Mm-hmm.
Please share. It does not mean being desperate.
All right,
All right,
peace
boys.
and love.
Later.